welcome you. So you're starting a research project, big step.
Mm-hmm.
And it can feel, well, like you're standing at the bottom of a mountain, maybe a really hoggy one.
Definitely. It's easy to feel a little, or sometimes, yeah, a lot overwhelmed.
Right. So many possibilities, so many paths. You're probably thinking, okay, where do I even start?
Maybe looking around feeling like everyone else is miles ahead, already got their topic sorted.
Exactly. That pressure to pick the perfect topic. Something original, interesting, something you won't regret later. It's intense.
It really is. But that feeling, that initial lost feeling, it's actually, believe it or not, pretty standard.
That's what the material we're looking at today really hits home, doesn't it?
It does. It acknowledges that many students feel stuck. Maybe they've even, emailed their supervisor saying, help, no topic,
Mm-hmm.
while thinking everything good's already been done.
Oh, I remember that feeling. Staring at a blank page for my first proposal. No lightning bolt insight, none at all.
Yeah, yeah. More like a staring contest with a cursor.
Totally. Just thinking, how do I find something new, something interesting, something that'll actually, pass?
And did you do the classic first step?
Oh, yeah. Straight to Google.
Mm.
Typed in something super generic like business dissertation topics.
And got a wave of stuff that didn't really connect.
A tidal wave. Nothing felt like me. Which kind of proves the point, right? That uncertainty, that's actually where you're supposed to be.
Precisely. It's not about having that perfect title immediately. It's about, well, embracing the confusion, using that curiosity.
Okay, so for this deep dive, that's what we're focusing on. Those very first steps. How to find a topic that works for you.
Using the insights from the material you shared, specifically chapters 1 and 2, which lay out a really practical path.
Chapter 1 kicks things off with that great title. I don't even have a topic yet. So relatable.
It really is. And the message is clear. Feeling stuck is normal. It's the starting line, not a sign you're failing. It then gives this clear framework.
Right, let's get into that. Step 1 seems almost basic.
Yeah.
What field are you in?
Yeah, but it's fundamental. Your degree program, MSc Digital Marketing, International Business, Project Management, AI, supply chain, whatever it is.
That's your starting point, your sandbox, as you called it earlier.
Exactly. It immediately puts boundaries on things. If you're in digital marketing, you're probably thinking SEO, social media, maybe influencer stuff.
Not, 18th century French poetry, unless that's somehow related to digital marketing, which seems unlikely.
Highly unlikely. Or MSc International Business, you're looking at
Yep.
globalization, trade, cross-cultural teams, project management, agile, waterfall, remote work tools.
AI and business automation, ethics, bias maybe, supply chain resilience, sustainability, logistics. It just filters things down.
Instantly makes it less daunting. You're not choosing from everything just within your defined area.
Okay, makes sense. Step 2 then gets more personal. What do you actually care about?
Ah, yes. This is crucial. The source warns against just chasing like the hot topic of the moment.
Because that might not hold your interest long term, right? When things get tough.
Exactly. It's about that internal drive. What actually grabbed you in class? What job do you maybe want after this? What real-world issue made you think, I wonder?
That intrinsic motivation. It's key for sticking with it. It's not about finding the easy topic or just copying someone else.
Absolutely. And the source includes your story here from your MSc back in 2007, supply chain management.
It does, yeah. I remember that vividly. Sitting there feeling swamped by journals, trying to think of something important sounding.
What were the initial ideas?
Oh, big tech, renewable energy, globalization, the usual suspects. They were relevant, sure, but they didn't spark anything in me. Felt a bit like ticking a box.
So what changed? What was the turning point?
It was actually a class discussion. We started talking about supply chains in the fashion industry. Zara, fast fashion cycles. And suddenly I was leaning in, thinking, how do they do that so fast? And what about sustainability? Is fast fashion even compatible with it?
And you found there wasn't much research.
Surprisingly little, specifically on those angles back then. That was the spark.
That genuine curiosity the source talks about.
Exactly. And then I layered on the local context. Manchester, where I was studying, had loads of small clothing businesses.
Right.
And people were starting to talk about a skills gap in fashion supply chains because of e-commerce taking off.
So you connected the academic interest with the local industry and your own career thoughts.
Pretty much. It just clicked. Academic curiosity, local relevance, career path, boom.
Leading to that very specific title. A supply chain analysis of the small and medium-scale clothing industries based in the Northwest UK.
Yep. Not abstract theory, specific, local, personal, and honestly, That research directly helped me get my first job in that field.
Which is such a powerful takeaway. Your research isn't just a hoop to jump through. It can actually shape your future.
Definitely. Think about what makes you lean forward. How can this connect your studies to where you want to go?
Which brings us nicely to step 3.
Hmm.
What do you want to do in 2 years?
Yeah, visualizing that future. What industry, what role, maybe even what country.
And tailoring the research. The example given is great, moving from a general project risk topic.
To something like how IT teams use Agile in product development, specifically in UK startups, if you want to be a product manager in tech.
Makes it immediately relevant, doesn't it? Demonstrates focus.
Totally. It's proactive career building, not just coursework. Then step 4 follows logically. What does the industry care about?
Looking outwards. What are employers actually looking for right now?
The source suggests hitting the job sites. Indeed, LinkedIn, places like that.
And looking for keywords in job ads for roles you might want.
Yeah.
What skills, what knowledge keeps popping up.
Like maybe it's AI integration or data storytelling.
Sustainable sourcing, managing remote teams.
Yeah.
These are the things companies are signaling they need.
Employer signals. I like that phrase. It tells you what's valuable in the real world right now.
Exactly. If you see ethical AI everywhere in your target jobs, maybe exploring that intersection in your research makes a lot of sense. Shows you're tuned in.
And the final piece of this initial puzzle, step 5. What's missing in the literature?
Okay, time for the academic databases. Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science.
Sounds a bit heavy maybe, especially at the start.
But the goal here isn't deep expertise just yet. It's more about spotting patterns, what topics come up a lot.
And crucially, what do researchers themselves say needs more work? Often in their conclusions, right?
Precisely. Look for phrases like further research is needed or under-researched area.
The example used is finding lots on AI in finance, but noticing a gap in AI for nonprofit fundraising.
And that becomes the niche. It's not about inventing a whole new field.
It's about finding a specific, maybe slightly neglected corner that interests you. The source says it perfectly. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. You need a gap.
Love that. So that wraps up the core ideas from Chapter 1, the big message. No need for a perfect title yet.
Not at all. Focus on getting those 3 things. The broad topic area from your degree.
A specific angle linked to your interests and goals.
And some initial keywords connecting it to the literature and industry.
Chapter 2, which we're sort of implicitly covering this setup for here, is then about shaping those elements into a working title. But the foundation comes first.
So if you, the listener, are feeling a bit wobbly on your topic right now, that's okay. Expect it even.
Totally normal. It's part of the process. And to help structure this thinking, there's that topic discovery worksheet mentioned.
Right, a practical tool with prompts to help you define your territory, pin down interests, link to career goals, check industry trends, look for literature gaps.
And even start drafting some potential topic directions. It helps pull it all together.
So let's just quickly recap this first part of the dive, drawing on these initial chapters. The big thing is starting from you, your interests, your goals.
Rather than just chasing what seems popular or easy, that's rarely sustainable.
Finding a topic is a process. It takes exploration, reflection. That uncertainty is okay. It's actually productive.
Absolutely. It means you're engaging with it properly.
So here's a final thought to mull over. Maybe grab that worksheet or just jot down some notes. Which of those steps we talked about, field, interest, career, industry, literature gap, which one felt like it resonated most?
Where did you feel a flicker of, oh, maybe that's something?
Identifying that connection point, that spark, could be your best first step towards finding a research direction that really means something to you.
A great place to start. And we look forward to diving deeper next time, building on this foundation as we